Hi, I'm Lori Naylor with the College of Public Affairs, and I'm thrilled today to be with you and presenting on the UB Red Talks program. So I appreciate the invitation and thank you for letting me join you today. I want to talk to you about some recent research I did that culminated in a publication titled Social Equity and LGBTQ Rights, Dismantling Discrimination and Expanding Civil Rights. What we have seen in the United States in terms of advances is that there has been a tremendous increase in public support over the past several decades for LGBTQ members. In addition, we've seen an increase in political representation in all three levels of government, federal, state, and local, where more LGBTQ members are being elected to public office. We've also seen several key pieces of legislation passed to protect LGBTQ members. And last but not least, and probably more importantly, there have been several landmark U.S. Supreme Court rulings advancing the legal rights as well as benefits of LGBTQ members. I want to talk to you a little bit more in depth about the legal rights and benefits. These have been seismic shifts that have taken place, and even more recently as 2020, what we have seen in a very famous case, Bostock versus Clayton County, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled back in June of 2020 that the word sex in Title VII of the Civil Rights Act includes sexual orientation and gender identity. And what this means is that people can no longer be fired or demoted or not hired based on those two classifications, sexual orientation and gender identity. This is a monumental shift and an expansion in civil rights. Second has been the adoption by same-sex couples. And in a 2016 ruling titled BL versus EL, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that all 50 states must legally recognize an adoption by one state in all 50 states from same-sex married couples. In 2015, there was an additional expansion, and this was in the area of same-sex marriage. The Supreme Court ruled their decision was that same-sex marriage is a fundamental right, just like it is for heterosexual couples. And in addition, that right must be recognized in all 50 states across the country. And this also includes over 1,000 federal spousal benefits to same-sex married couples. The next area is U.S. military service. The Congress back in 2011 repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And this gave gays the right to serve in the U.S. military. And again, this was a monumental shift. The next area is hate crimes prevention or hate crimes protection. In 2009, Congress passed the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Hate Crimes Prevention Act of 2009. And what it did, it designated certain demographic categories, and this included gender identity, sexual orientation, as well as race and a couple of others to be protected through the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Hate Crimes Prevention Act. And then the last area is sexual right to privacy. In a 2003 ruling in the case Lawrence versus Texas, Supreme Court ruled that same-sex couples have the same rights as opposite-sex couples to privacy in terms of sexual right to privacy. And what this did, it repealed any remaining sodomy laws, state-level sodomy laws in the country. So these shifts together have been seismic in terms of expanding legal rights and benefits to our LGBTQ members in the United States. So you see this in employment protections, adoption records, national marriage equality, and also the definition of marriage now includes same-sex couples. And that was based on a 2013 ruling, U.S. versus Windsor. So why are these laws important? They're critical because we continue to see disparities and discrimination of our LGBTQ citizens. And we know that they are more likely to experience unemployment. They have significant underlying health problems, which means they're going to have more severe response to COVID. They have higher rates of abuse and addiction, and they're more likely to be homeless, especially teenagers, and they're more likely to have mental health issues, suicide, and depression, among others, because of ongoing discrimination and ongoing disparities. I want to thank you for letting me share my research with you. And if you are interested, you can certainly take a look at my book. And there is the book. So thank you again and appreciate it.